Now, what else? There is also another painting which belongs to Osman Hamdi. It was sold in 2008 in Sotheby's, London. It is called A Lady of Constantinople, and it was sold for 3.4 million pounds. Okay, so this is this painting, and I have a souvenir with this painting because the day this painting was sold, um, I was in Kuştepe. My office was there, and I was just finished. I had just finished teaching economics for economists course, and I received a phone call. And the phone call, the guy saying, "Okay, I'm that that that. Are you Aylin Sekin? Yes, I'm calling from BBC London. Would you like to give an interview to us about Osman Hamdi's Lady of Constantinople?" First I thought, a student of mine is just kidding. It's like a joke. He's joking, and I said, "Okay, I don't have time to these kind of jokes," and I just shut down the telephone. And then the phone rang again, and he said, "Excuse me, this is not a joke. We are serious. In 30 seconds, you're gonna connect to the BBC live television from Istanbul. Please give us some." Give us your what you think, and I said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I tell you now what I think." And I said that this painting, this price is a bit still high for Osman Hamdi, for Orientalist painting, but since it is Osman Hamdi, and that could be related to a Turkish collector who is interested to open a museum which tries to compete with Pera Museum, because in Pera Museum there is a turtle trainer, and then in this museum will be a Lady of Constantinople. And I said the owner is for sure a Turkish collector from Turkey. And then since then, it has been 12 years. We haven't seen this painting. We don't know who purchased it, but everyone says that, a Turkish collector from Turkey purchased this painting. Again, that was also an important time point to pin on the art market history of Turkey. Then I don't know if I have this painting here with me. Yes, this is the boxer, a Canadian fighter, Canadian boxer, a real boxer from Vancouver, Canada. This is a painting. It's a realist painting of Taner Ceylan, and this painting was sold about 70,000 pounds. Okay, so 70,000 pounds. It's like 7 million Turkish lira. Sorry, 700 Turkish, the pound is, let's say, one pound is 10 Turkish lira. It's about 700 Turkish lira. So this is the painting of Taner Ceylan. He's a quite famous artist. At some point, he was working with Kazmin Gallery in New York City. But he's no longer working with this gallery. Now, this painting, the sale of this painting is also important. You know why? Because that was the cover of Sotheby's Contemporary Art Sale of 2009, and that was the cover of the promoting the book, the auction catalog of Sotheby's for the Turkish contemporary auction, which was organized for the first time in Sotheby's history. And this artwork was sold at a good price, and it was again registered. So coming back, after the turtle trainer, as an economist, I said, what could be done to understand these art, the art market in Turkey? Okay, so let me quickly pass over these paintings. This is a painting of Abidin Dino. This is Erol Akyavaş. This is Avni Arbash. This is Bedri Baykam. This is a painting of Ibrahim Çallı. And this is Burhan Doğançay. Burhan Doğançay style is pop art. Ibrahim Çallı's style is impressionist. Bedri Baykam, again, abstract and pop art artist. And Avni Arbaş we can consider as also abstract artist. And Erol Akyavaş, his style is really different. He reminds me of paintings of Escher and all these early 1990s, early 20s artworks of these styles. Okay, so examining all these artworks, I said, okay, maybe this is Bedri Rahmi Eyüboğlu, this is Mehmet Gileryüz, this is Fikret Mualla, Nejat Melih Devrim, and Nuri İyem. Why I show you all these artists' artworks? Because as an economist, I decided to build an art index. Before coming to our art index, you know the characteristics of the art market, right? It's a conspicuous consumption good. It's a consumption good to, you know, hava atmak. You know, to show off. It's luxury. It's a luxury product. Okay, the richer you are, the more expensive artworks you are interested to purchase. It's an aesthetic and unique good. Unique in the sense that, you know, each artist have maybe many artworks of the same size, same color, but each artwork is still different from each other. It is heterogeneous. You know, this market is heterogeneous. That means we cannot talk about a tomato market. Okay, and there is infrequent resale, but this characteristic I have to, you know, I have to put a question mark. Why? Because now with online auctions and online sale platforms, which are open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, maybe there are frequent resale and no continuum of sales. Maybe sales will be non-stop sales because, you know, you can purchase the artwork anytime you want with your credit card, right? So these characteristics, it is interesting, are getting, you know, have been changed for 400 years. These characteristics were intact. And all of a sudden, in 10, 20 years, we see that art markets' major characteristics are changing. So what else we can say about art market? All these things you have learned. So this is like a summary. So we said that there are asymmetries of information. This is the most important thing for this market, because information is asymmetric in the sense that, you know, if you don't have enough information about quality and price of the art objects, you are in a weak side. And the ones who have full information about price and quality, they are at the strong side of the market. So supply is fixed in the sense that for dead artists, supply is fixed, and for you know, as long as artists limit his production, the supply is fixed as well. And price depends on taste. You know, as I said, Osman Hamdi and Orientalist artworks become popular in Eastern Asia and Middle East. Some stylistic trends are more, you know, more popular, like street art has become more popular now, or, you know, there are some other random factors. For example, the climate change or all health crisis change the perspective of people. People now are more interested to artworks which touch to these social problems. And there are some considerable transaction costs in the market. So what are these transaction costs? When you move, for example, this painting, if I move from this apartment, I have to pack these paintings. I have to pay an insurance company for the transportation and travel costs. I have to pay attention to all these things. There are lots of risks. There are thieves, there are fires, and there are some damages for old works, old masters' works. There are fakes and forgeries. Maybe this is not done by the artist in question. And also we said that there are psychic returns to artworks, not only financial returns. That means you purchase an artwork, not because you think that in 10 years from now its price will double, but also you think that, growing up with a painting gives you a different perspective. For example, I try to purchase a painting every 2-3 years for my daughter, and that I know that she enjoyed a lot those paintings because she knew that these paintings will belong to her once she will have her own apartment. So these are psychic returns. The monetary returns of all these pleasures, all these positive feelings, productivity, prestige, leaving something to future generations, all these views, positive views related to artwork, which or productivity, increase in productivity related to this artwork could be defined as psychic returns generated from the artwork. Now, my concern, which you have this article in your readings, was to examine the returns to paintings. If people purchase some of these paintings from Turkish art market, what happened to their return? What happened to their price differences? And could we could we calculate these returns and compare with price of returns of gold, stock market, dollar, government bonds, or other type of instruments, investment instruments. So to do that, you have two types of approach. The first approach is called repeat sale approach, and the second one is hedonic price approach. Repeat sale approach consists of finding artworks which are sold more than once for 200 years, for example, and you try to see what happened to the prices of these artworks. Okay, so by seeing the price changes of these artworks, you can come up with an index, and this index will help you, like price index. This index will help you to generate the rate of return of artworks throughout the period. And hedonic price approach consists of defining certain qualitative characteristics of the artworks and fill a database and try to estimate the price changes of artworks sold every year. Okay, so with my co-author Erdal Atukeren, our first study was published in 2006. So we wanted to calculate the art price index for Turkey, and we obtained the copyright of Artsa Turkish Art Price Index, which I also do the share it on my Instagram page. So our first study covers 1989-2005 period. This is a critical period, as I said, that catches up the collapse of Turkish economy and TMSF sales and the first observation of clear returns for the period in Turkey. So to do that, we picked 13 painters, and we checked between 1989 to 2005 all the auction sales of these 13 painters. So when we examine, we have found 1,030 auction sales belonging to these 13 painters. And we use the Libris.com data bank. So it is like art price data bank. And the data was published on Libraries data bank in this way. And we set up our equation. So since you are an economics students, you have to know what we were doing here, and you have to be able to explain in 1-2 words or a couple of sentences, if you want, what is about this hedonic price model without getting into the technical details. So hedonic price model estimation based on estimating the logarithm of price based on quantifiable characteristics of the artwork. Okay, so all the x's here that you see, x1, x2, xm, these are the quantifiable characteristics of the artist. And z's here are year. Okay, Z1 is 1989, Z2 is 1990, Z3 is 1991, etc. And we have coefficients in front of these years. Now, what are these measurable characteristics? The name of the painter, the date this painting was made, the dimensions of the painting, the medium on which the painting was painted, the technique used, the genre of the painting. For example, Osman Hamdi's Orientalist painting, and any other information pertinent to the painting or painter. For example, if we know that the painting belongs to, for example, it was in the room of Atatürk, in one of at once. So then that attaches to the story of the artwork. Okay, so there are some questions here. Okay, so Grégoire, how it functions? It functions like this. So these are the measurable characteristics. So look what happens. I continue. I will explain. Okay, for example, in 1989, there was a painting belonging to Osman Hamdi. Okay, so the painting is Osman Hamdi. The name of the painter is Osman Hamdi. The date of the painting is, let's say, 1920. The dimensions of the painting is, you write the dimensions. The medium, it was canvas. The technique, it's it's oil on canvas. The genre is Orientalist. Okay, and you enter all this data, and of course the price. So the price will be on the left-hand side. So these are the paintings, okay, painters. So for example, for Osman Hamdi, for the period, there were 14 artworks. For example, for Bedri Rahmi İboğlu, there were 60 artworks. For Fikret Mualla, there were 137 artworks. Okay, so we examine all these artworks, we enter all the qualitative, quantifiable data, and we enter the price. Okay. And so these are the types and techniques, the canvas, paper, wood, cardboard, carton or duralit, and oil, watercolor, gouache, mixed techniques, ink, or others. Okay, so you don't have to know the details, but the technical details, but you can explain the idea, how we try to capture. Okay, so what we try to capture here is the following. Okay, we try to find out an index, and we try to compare artists compared to another artist. So here, for comparison, we choose Nuri İyem. Okay, so because we said this artist had a very long lifespan, so he's close to old masters and also close to young artists as well. So for each, for auction houses, we pick Artium auction house. For techniques, we pick other technique. And for medium, we picked a certain technique, and each time we compare these techniques. Okay, so these are estimation details. It's not that that important, but we are interested to find out the estimates of bees. Okay, so let's go back here. All we are interested is to find out here the bees, and once we find out the value of bees, we obtain the time indexes. Okay,